Diane in Denmark here. Good morning. Woohoo! We have made it to Wednesday, our little Saturday as the Swedes call it. And you may notice we've got flags going on here today. That's because it's my husband's birthday, and in Denmark we have this tradition. I'll put a link. I've made a video about how we celebrate birthdays in Denmark, and as you can imagine, it's very hoodly and there are so many traditions associated with it. Anyway, I'll put a link to the video up there. But basically in the morning we all grab flags and then you go in and wake up the birthday boy or girl waving flags and singing. So we did that for my husband this morning, and we'll be celebrating with him this evening. But anyway, apart from hubby's birthday, it is Wednesday. It is Anti-Procrastination Day in Flylady Land, and I've made loads of videos about that before. I'll also put the link to the series up there. Anti-Procrastination Day is just, you've been putting things off because you think it's going to take too long, or you just don't want to do it. Set your timer for 5 or 10 minutes and go, get it done or get it started. It could be anything like changing a light bulb that's maybe outside in a weird place that's difficult to get and you actually have to get the ladder out. Maybe you need to make a phone call to the dentist, the dreaded dentist. Perhaps you need to go online and pay some bills or, tax papers. Anything that you've been putting off, just set your timer today and get started on it. Anyway, what I did want to chat a wee bit about today are our routines, and I made a video, I think it was just last week, it was called Routines, Rituals and Achieving Your Goals, what to concentrate on when you're setting up your little daily routines. And I know at this time of year, there's always a lot of new people that find my channel, and they always say, oh, this thing about the Flylady system, but isn't it only for people who work at home or at home with kids? No, that the Flylady system, you take it and you use it like anything else. I've mentioned this before, like getting things done or KonMari or any kind of organising thing. You take the elements and you make it work for you. You don't need to be following the whole system to see results. And especially when you're working outside of the home, the Flylady system is really, really, really going to help you, because it just gives you that framework so that you don't have to be thinking about everything. The problem for us is that we're trying to carry around so much information and we're worried, did I do this, did I do that? The Flylady system gives you that framework and it takes out all the guesswork. So anyway, let's just chat a wee bit about how to fit things in when you're working outside of the home, when you are leaving the house every day to go to work. Now, I've mentioned if you're working from home, if you've got home business, or if you have, if you've got small kids, if you've got health issues, whatever it is, you also need the framework too. And you've not to worry too much about the timing of, we call it the morning routine, but your to-do list, your everyday to-do list of putting on a lull, a load of laundry. We were talking about laundry yesterday, or, thinking about what's for dinner. You don't need to worry about the particular, don't worry about the timing of that. You've got your list and you just check it off as you go through it during the day. Now, if you're working outside of the house, if you're leaving the house in the morning and coming back to the house at night, you are going to look at your framework, your setup in a different way. And it may help you to actually have set times for doing things. Now, what do I mean by that? You've got to take the time that you want to have things done and then kind of work backwards. Let's say that you need to be out of the house at 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, you have to, be the grown-up here and think, okay, how much time does it take me to get, showered, dressed to shoes, have I got my bag ready to go? Think about, you can't just kind of get out of bed in the morning and start fumbling around and finding your outfit. You'll find it very helpful to have a set morning routine and an evening routine. So in the evening, before you go to bed, hopefully straight after dinner, you'll be looking at your outfit for the next day. You will be getting your things ready at your launch pad. You know, do you have your briefcase? Do you have your sports bag? Maybe you go to the gym straight after work. You're setting yourself up for success for the next day. You know, what can you do today that's going to help you tomorrow? You know, what's going to make it easy for you tomorrow morning to get out that door at 7 o'clock in the morning? It's much easier, you know, to jump out of bed when the alarm goes off, knowing that your outfit is already there on the back of the door, in your bedroom, or in you know, lying on the chair in the bathroom. You've seen how I set up my one. You get out of bed, you know, the outfit is there, perhaps you've already set up the coffee pot. That's what I do. So in the morning, I come downstairs, grab my coffee, I'm in the shower, I get dressed, my bag is ready to go swimming or whatever it is I'm doing. You're just setting yourself up so that you can get out the door at 7 o'clock without that kind of scramble to get ready. And when you come home from work, I know it's... You know, when you come home from work, you just want to drop everything when you come in the door, drop the bags, the briefcase, whatever it is, and just kind of kick off your shoes. Maybe you're wearing high-heeled shoes. You just want to kick off your shoes and just kind of, you know, put the blanket over your head and imagine everything else in there. But you've got to be a grown-up about this. That is not going to help you. Perhaps when you come home, if you're wearing like the corporate suit, you change into your, you know, at-home clothes. You know, if you want to put on your pajamas, whatever, that's fine. But don't put on your fluffy slippers right now. If I can just give you a few tips, when you come home from work, first of all, put away whatever it is you've got. If you're wearing the corporate suit, or you've got scrubs, or whatever your work uniform is, hang that up. You know, let it air. If you are, you know, if you're wearing a kind of suit and whatever, when you hang up your suit, look out the next day's outfit. That's what, you know, save time with these things. Don't be having to come back and do an extra step. Look out the outfit for the next day while you are hanging up the one that you've been wearing. Leave that to air. Look out your one for the next day. And then, if possible, keep on, you know, the lace-up shoes. I always wear indoor shoes. In Scandinavia, we don't wear shoes in the house. We don't wear outdoor shoes in the house. I've got some lace-up shoes that I cleaned up, and I wear them when I'm in the house. So I can kind of bounce around and get my routines done. Put on your lace-up shoes, and let's see if you can, you know, you may need to reboot your laundry. Maybe you set up the washing machine so that it would be ready to unload when you came home. You know, with a lot of timers and things on washing machines now. Or maybe you need to throw in a load of laundry, start dinner, get dinner started, reboot the laundry, and as soon as you've had your dinner, as soon as you've eaten, do not do that thing of, oh, you know, I'll just go and watch something on the television, or, you know, check out my smartphone and, you know, start playing. Try and make it a rule for yourself that you do not leave the kitchen until your dinner dishes are, you know, washed up or put in the dishwasher. You may want to even go ahead and do as I do and set the table up for the next meal, like breakfast. That's what we do. So in the morning, you can just, you know, jump out of bed, as I said. You've got the coffee set up, the breakfast table is set up. You know, in the evening when you're clearing up from dinner, if you've got leftovers, go ahead and pack those up so you've got your packed lunch for the next day. All those little things that we just do them when, you know, when we're actually in the kitchen. It's going to save you so much time later. Do not leave the kitchen and go off and think, oh, well, I'll just relax first and then I'll come back to it, because you don't want to come back to it. And I know many of you, you'll fall asleep on the sofa, and then, oh, you know, you think, oh no, and now I'm too tired and I'm just going to get to bed. And then of course you wake up and the chaos is there. So do yourself a favor, set yourself up for success. The main thing is that you write it down. You've got to write these things down, because at the moment you're thinking, oh, well, you know, of course, you know, I know all this, it makes sense, it's common sense. Of course it's common sense, but when I've mentioned this before, when you actually write it down, it doesn't need to be in your control journal, but for me it helps to just, you know, be able to open my control journal and see that, you know, Wednesday is Anti-Procrastination Day. Wednesday is the day that I put out our rubbish. I put out, you know, all the rubbish in the house because it's being picked up tomorrow. I've just got that checklist and I can work through it. And it's the same with your morning routine and your evening routine. If you haven't worked on that now, you know, if you haven't actually written it down, today is the day. Grab, you know, a pencil, just a piece of paper. You do not need to go and buy a planner or anything. An old jotter, you know, an old notebook that the kids had for school. Just grab a piece of paper and a pen, maybe a cup of coffee. I'm just to finish off my morning coffee. And write down what is it that's going to help you to get out of the house at the set time in the morning and also when you come back. And you don't need to worry about, you know, the zone cleaning and stuff. In the beginning, you make sure you have a good morning and evening routine going. Add in a weekly home blessing hour. Just 10 minutes on each of the tasks. We've talked about that before. I'll put the playlist. And perhaps you want to do your weekly home blessing hour on a Sunday, if you're at home on a Sunday. Perhaps you want to spread your weekly home blessing hour over the week and do one task that takes 10 minutes every day when you come home from work. Set it up to suit you, okay? Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And a question that I get a lot is, you know, when do I do, you know, whatever it is, or how much time do I spend? It's like asking how long is a piece of string. I set it up to suit me. My family is different from your family. Perhaps you have 6 cats, or perhaps you have 10 children. Perhaps you're working 2 jobs and you need to set up a different morning routine depending on which shift you're working that day. Set it up to suit you, and don't you know, fall into the trap of thinking, well, you know, that system isn't going to work for me because I am, you know, we're all different from everybody else. So you know, take what is going to help you from each of the systems, whether, you know, as I've said, whether it's KonMari or whether it's Getting Things Done or Flylady, and just make it work for you. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to get going because it's Anti-Procrastination Day, and one thing that I'm going to do is take an extra last check in my wardrobe because I'm going to a clothes swap party on Friday. Woohoo! Another chance to declutter some stuff. So anyway, live long and prosper. May the Danish sugar be with you, and have a great day out there. Okay, bye for now.